past, fatal heart impact, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now, get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kira Shock here. And now, whenever we last left off with this series, we had Izuku Midoriya and Fuyumi Todoroki. Now, Izuku Midoriya has just gone through the first day at his new college. And well, his day was quite eventful. Along with that, he did meet his classmates. Along with actually finding somebody in his class quite weird. This particular guy who doesn't seem to talk to people very much. Now, with that being said, we do actually cut to a week later, where we do have Izuku and his classmates, all of them walking out for the hero training. As we do have All Might, who does inform them about what will be happening today. As we do have Midoriya, who is actually standing there in a dark green suit. Now, the suit does cover most of his body. Along with that, there actually is a mask he can bring up and go to cover his face. Now, the mask still does actually show Midoriya's hair. However, it is made to protect certain portions of Midoriya's body. Now, Midoriya, he does cover the rest of his body with a force field. And with there being minimal parts visible, that means that he doesn't need very much effort to do this. Now, All Might is talking about how they are all very well dressed for their hero career. As we do have Midoriya, who does turn his head, and see Todoroki, who half his body is covered in ice. That's weird. Midoriya does say. Everybody looking at him. Midoriya pointing out that his body is covered in ice. And it's my quirk. You have an ice quirk? It's one portion of my quirk. Yes, Izuku. That is Shoto Todoroki. His father is the number 2 hero in Endeavor. He has a specialized half and half ability. Really? That's pretty cool. Please. I'm not using my father's quirk. Alright, man. You do you. This guy's pretty weird. That guy's annoying. Besides, what's he doing wearing that stupid suit? Now, we do have, whenever All Might does actually pick the teams. Izuku Midoriya and, let's say, Uraka are on a team. They're going to be playing the villains, and the heroes will be the heroes will be Bakugo and Todoroki. I almost said their hero names. Now, with that being said, we do have Bakugo, who does try to talk with Todoroki, trying to get him to make a plan. Todoroki, however, he does just bring his hand up and go to try and freeze the building. As he does do that, we do have Midoriya. As soon as the room they're in does begin to freeze, he does bring his hands up onto the walls. And he does actually create a barrier in front of him, stopping the ice. As Midoriya does actually begin to push his aura that way. The wall breaking through the ice as the room does begin to start melting once again. Now, Todoroki does actually bring his hand down, talking about how they've won. You seriously can't expect to win against him. Win against who? My buddy. Okay. That guy? He's nothing special. Now, Todoroki does actually watch as the ice in the room does begin to melt. As we do have Midoriya, who does step forward so everyone does see him, asking how that's possible. Now, we do have Midoriya who does step out and reveal himself. The suit he's wearing is protecting his body. Midoriya has a force field protecting his hair, and his nose and mouth, as Midoriya's aura is covering him in flames. His entire suit is encased in it, and Midoriya he does just step forwards, telling them about how they're not going to get past him. He is the Burning Man. Can he really do that? Now, Midoriya does just bring his hands up, and Todoroki he actually does bring up his left hand, going to blast ice, as Midoriya does actually throw fireballs. Now, Midoriya he does get encased around Todoroki's ice. However, he quickly does burn through it, and he does rip a piece apart, surprising Todoroki as he does go flying forwards, his body uncovering in flames to a small point, then going down to where you can see the suit covering Midoriya's body as Midoriya is tackled into Todoroki. Todoroki actually trying to cover Midoriya in ice with a left hand. However, Midoriya he does just hold his right hand down to the ground before throwing his right leg down onto his wrist, telling Todoroki that that's not going to work. Bakugo trying to come in behind him as Midoriya he does actually just turn and throw a fireball directly at him. Him hitting Bakugo and covering him in his aura. Now, Bakugo does explode because of the fire, combusting with his quirk, and he's sent flying away. As Todoroki does just look up at Midoriya, who does still hold him down. Now, Todoroki, he's trying to move, and whenever Midoriya does actually get off of him, he does go to attack, him being flung upwards into the air, and held there, as All Might does announce that the villain team has won. Todoroki trying to fight this statement, talking about how this isn't true. Now, Midoriya does let the guy down, and Todoroki he does seem to be enraged, talking about how he got lucky here. Midoriya watching him walk away. Now, we will cut with a small time skip. Over the course of the month, Midoriya does get closer and closer with Fuyumi, him actually hanging out with her at her dorm system, and meeting her roommate one day. Now, there is also the fact that Midoriya, he has brought Fuyumi around his mother and his place to hang out. Now, Inko is happy that Midoriya is bringing this girl around more. She's very nice, and she does seem to have the right course in mind for her future. Now, Fuyumi, in this time, she does at least tell Midoriya that she does have a brother who is in UA. Now, Midoriya, he does hear about this. Okay, she has a brother in UA. And he does ask a bit more, learning that they apparently have a quirk that has to do with flames and ice. Now, Midoriya does quickly piece this together, realizing that this is Fuyumi's, brother, Todoroki. Or this is Todoroki's sister, Fuyumi. Whichever one. Now, Midoriya, he does ask her exactly why she didn't tell him about this sooner. To which she does just try to explain. She kinda didn't really know the best way to tell him. her brother is very overprotective of her. And because of the way their father treated them whenever they were younger, it was very bad. Now, Midoriya, he does actually get a bit of information about their past. Todoroki doesn't use his flames because their father pushed him. And whenever she tried to step in the way, she was knocked aside. And hurt as well. Now, this kinda does annoy Midoriya, as Fuyumi does just tell Midoriya that there's also the fact that the incident with her brother was a result of their father. However, they have no direct proof to actually put him in jail. And after that, her mother quickly went to the hospital, after giving Todoroki his scar. Now, Midoriya is surprised to hear about all this. Her telling Midoriya that she's aware that she hid this all from him. But, well, she thought that her brother and father would drive him away if she brought him around them. Now, Midoriya, he does find this information to be all quite wow. And he does just tell her that he does somewhat understand. And that he's not mad, but it would have still been nice to know. Now, Midoriya and Fuyumi, they do both get busy with their own lives. Now, with that, we actually do have about almost a month later, where the USJ event would occur. Now, in this amount of time, Midoriya, he has been on Fuyumi's campus, and so is Todoroki. These two have vaguely encountered each other from time to time, either whenever they're out or in similar areas. Now, the two do sometimes catch a glimpse of one another. However, they don't say anything. And Todoroki just assumes that Midoriya's quote-unquote girlfriend lives on the same campus as his sister, since Midoriya has not said anything to him. Now, with that, Midoriya is on the bus, and he actually is talking to Fuyumi, as him and her are texting back and forth. Her currently on break for her class, and in about 15 minutes they're going to start back up again, since the teacher is outside on a smoke break. Now, Midoriya, he does tell her that they're currently heading inside the USJ, and that he's going to try his best here. Hopefully, after this is all said and done today, they can actually meet up. Sure. Would you want to hang out again? Yeah, maybe we can go somewhere. I don't know, I was still watching that show that you got me hooked on. Yeah, it's a good show. It's got to do with a lot about being pro-heroes and family drama. Sounds pretty similar. Well, yeah, but it talks about a lot more stuff than that. You know the complicated storylines those things have? Yeah, it's more like a soap opera than a TV show. Well, I mean, yeah, but it's still brand new, so it can't be considered one of those yet. Now, Midoriya does head inside the USJ. Aizawa is telling him to get off of his phone. As Midoriya does notice that he quickly did lose all of his bars, and that he has no signal here. Him finding that to be quite strange, putting his phone away. As Aizawa then does inform them all about what's going on here today. Now, yada 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 explanation, League of Villains does arrive. It's all cut and dry from here on. Now, Aizawa does go to face off against the League of Villains. Everybody is teleported away. Midoriya, as soon as he's falling through the air, he does activate his abilities, turning into the Burning Man. Now, Midoriya, he also does actually create something underneath him, thinking that this will be necessary. Now, Midoriya does fly to the boat, since he does currently see two people who did land on it, as he is just flying there in the air, the flames around his face and neck disappearing, as he does ask Froppy about this. Hey, Asui, right? Yeah. What's up, Midoriya? What happened? Not much. Other than the fact that we were put here. They don't really know our quirks, do they? Yeah, I don't think so. They put you here, a guy who can fly, and me, a frog, in the water. Yeah, that's true. But who do you have there? Now, this is whenever, let's see, somebody from Class 1B, let's say Kendo, does actually jump up, talking about how she didn't expect that to happen. Yeah, I was kind of surprised myself. Now, Midoriya does actually get down a little bit lower, him putting his hand out onto the boat. Now, they do watch as a flame does light where Midoriya's hand was, as it does actually begin to move around the boat, it moving on the metal railing. Them asking about that, Midoriya explaining the aura ability to his power, as he does then pick up the boat. Now, with that being said, we do cut over to the League of Villains, who have already summoned the Nomu. Now, they are trying to take down Aizawa. Aizawa being able to be attacked by the Nomu and almost killed. As Midoriya, he did actually get Asui and Kendo off the boat, before launching it right at the Nomu. Now, when this did actually happen, Shigaraki did order the Nomu to attack that guy, and to take him down, as the Nomu does rush at Midoriya, who does just bring his hands up as his fist to ignite. Midoriya throwing his fist directly at the Nomu, and launching fireballs at it. Now, the moment that does actually happen, the Nomu does come flying down, smashing onto the ground after being hit as it does go rushing towards Midoriya. Smashing through the walls he does create as the two do engage in a fight. Now, Midoriya, his powers can simulate super strength and super speed along with flight. So Midoriya, he's trying to, well, basically mimic All Might's power. Now, Midoriya is able to keep up with the Nomu for a little bit of time, as Asui and other people do actually move in to try and save Aizawa and take down villains. Now, with that being said, Midoriya is taken down, the Nomu smashing through one of his shields that he did create, as Midoriya's blood is heavily pouring nose. And Midoriya, he actually does feel hemorrhaging in his brain and eye, since whenever he did look up, he immediately did burst the Nomu into flames, as he did just then keep increasing the heat around the Nomu, it just staying there and being fried alive by Midoriya's power, as Midoriya's left eye goes bloodshot. Now, with that being said, All Might does show up, as Midoriya does turn his head and see him. The Nomu rushing forwards as Midoriya did actually go to create a psychic barrier, and the Nomu smashing into it and sending him flying away. Now, All Might does show up and take down the Nomu, as we actually do have a bit of time later at the UA infirmary. Now, Midoriya, he is currently just lying in bed, and he is very hurt, as UA does give a statement about this. Fuyumi, her hearing about it at the end of her classes, and trying to text Midoriya to learn a bit about it. However, she got no response, and she did send a text message a few minutes later, getting no response from there. Now, she did then call Todoroki and ask about what happened at the UA. Oh, not much. Villains showed up. We were able to take them down easily. In fact, Pro Hero said that we had minimal injuries. That's cool, but did anyone get hurt? No. Well, except for a few people. Why? Did anyone get seriously injured? This one guy's in the infirmary. Apparently he has brain hemorrhaging or something like that. I don't know. Okay, I'll be right there. Her hang up the phone. As we do have a few minutes later, Todoroki watching his sister come in, as he does actually bring his hands up, telling her that it's nice to see her again. Now, Todoroki did at least expect a hug or a handshake or something at least, as she does walk straight past him. Now, she does then throw open the door, as she does see Midoriya laying down. Her walking over and seeing if he's conscious. Izuku! Now, Todoroki does turn around and see this. Wait, you're here for him? Yeah, is he okay? Now, Bakugo, he actually would step up, saying that the nerd would be fine. He just hurt his head, is all. The nurse talked about how it's going to be a while before he does physically recover. And mentally, he'll be here for a few days. Oh shoot, that's not too good. Dang it. I hope he's okay. Fuyumi. Her actually opening her eyes wide. Oh shoot. Her slowly turning around, as Todoroki is standing there with a small look of confusion and somewhat anger. Ask her how she knows that guy. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. Have an amazing night. I'll catch you guys in the next part.